Hi, folks. Well, we have interesting things happening now. I had to get the council around recently because the landlord wasn't doing the work he should be doing. There was water coming through into the bathroom floor. Every bit of water from the kitchen sink come through the floor, the bathroom floor. So therefore, I called the landlord, told him about it. He said, we can't do anything until tomorrow. I said, excuse me, I've been dealing with this for yesterday and today. I called him in the morning. I said, can't you get someone today? He said, well, no, tomorrow. I said, okay, then I'm working for you, trying to deal with this. I said, yeah, I spoke to, when I had a meeting with someone, they said, oh, because no heating and, yeah, the water flowing in the hot water is so bad, you should call the council about it. He said, okay, do that then. But earlier in that phone call, he said he would send someone the next day, yes. And then he didn't. So I called the council, and the council said, oh, yeah. They come here, saw everything. They said, oh, yeah, he has to sort this out and that and that and that and that. I said, the problem is, if you tend to do that, what's he going to do? Because the situation is, he's waiting for me to leave to deal with it. Yeah? Because obviously it's easier to deal with all this, the hot water, pipes, all that sort of crap, heating, that sort of crap. Yeah, it's easier to do that when there's no one here. I said, so therefore, if you tell him to do that, he might say, I have to leave. And what did he say? Yeah. Today, he said, 2 months, I have to leave in 2 months. Uh-huh. Well, yeah. So I spoke to the council because they talked about me going on the house in this. So I thought, well, okay, I can try because I might actually get somewhere. Well, I don't know exactly what's supposed to happen. So you knock on doors. And then they said to me, do you have tenancy agreements from your first landlords? I said, no. I said, they never gave me them. The bloke said, well, therefore we can't count you living there since 2014. I said, excuse me, yes you can. Council tax, council benefit, you have to prove you live in this place. Yeah? So therefore, you have to prove for the rent as well, how much the rent is. So therefore, obviously, there was proof at that time. So again, yeah, it's a bit silly, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't really care. What's going to happen will happen. Yeah. You knock on doors, what will happen will happen. So therefore, yeah. Well, it looks like I'm not going to die in this place, because that was one thing that was possible. Because living in a place like this for 14 years, yeah, 12 years, sorry, 12 years, yeah. For 12 years, that's, yeah. Sometimes you think, I will never leave this place. So now I know I will leave this place. Hey! Well, this place is too bloody small. It's ridiculous. Problem is, again, I'm thinking, well, okay, right now, I can't drive because I've got 7 points. So I haven't got money to get a car, and the insurance would be too much. So how am I going to get this stuff to the next place? That's not going to work, is it, really? That's going to be a problem. But again, yeah, we've got time, I suppose, to know how to deal with this. Because again, for years and years and years, every time I move, basically, I have to leave everything to move and start again. Every blinking time I have to start again. And yeah, I thought God tell me in the past, a few years ago, next time I move, I won't need to take anything. I said before, maybe it's because I'm going to die. So you can't take anything when you die. Okay. Mm. But it looks like, yeah, it could be the same sort of rubbish. Yeah, losing everything again. Or most of the stuff. Yeah, that could be the situation. Don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. So again, it's that situation. You know the truth soon. Because when you think God told you something about when you move next time, obviously, if I'm moving soon, in the next 6 months, basically, because obviously it's 2 months, but if you say no, then they have to go to some sort of court to say, I want this person to leave, and you can say, no, I don't want to leave because of this reason. The council wants you to do that because they get more time to actually deal with it. Okay. So therefore, I don't know if it's going to be 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, I don't know. But again, it's going to happen at some point now. And when it does, that's fine. I'm going to find out whether what I believe God was saying was true or not. And find out about other things, about whether those things were true or not. So again, the problem is, as I said before, when you're trying to learn how to walk, then obviously, yeah, when you hear something that looks like God told you that, you believe it. And you stand on it. And yeah. But, yeah, in the end, truth will be there. And you know if that was right or wrong. What you believed that God told you. So therefore, yeah. I don't know. Time will tell. That's the situation. With all things, that's going to be the case. That time will tell. So, yeah. But at least something different is happening. So, there you go. I'll let you know what happens. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.